Hey everybody, Josh Davenport here for number 3 in our series of creator commentary time-lapse videos of RGBros comics. Today's comic that we're doing is about Dio for your Bio. There's going to be a lot of stink lines going on, a lot of wafting of various noxious gases. Another appearance by the Green Couch, which has been making a lot more appearances lately. I'd gone a long time without using it that much. And now I find like the past, I think I've done like 3 or 4 comics recently where I've got the couch in there. I think I drew it a little fuzzier the other day than I normally do. Hopefully you don't hear my chair squeaking around in the background, making it sound like I'm farting all over the place. Got a little Baxter action covering his non-nose. Not sure exactly how he smells things, but he does. He has that ability. The old speed lines on the hands there. I made the mistake of accidentally leaving those out on a comic once, and I got comments from people like, "What? Why does this dude have 3 arms in this frame? What's this guy got all these arms for?" So, note to all you fresh artists out there: if you're gonna make something move, just make it move and put the lines in. Or else somebody's gonna start slapping you with those queries. There's another thing I've done in a comic columns lately is have Reggie do these little hand gestures where he's like slapping his palms or rubbing them together, all that kind of stuff. I don't know why I'm so into that right now. Laying it out, trying to get a slightly different angle on it. I could save time with a lot of these if I just copy the whole thing over and again. And, that's not a technique I'm against. I've done it from time to time. I just like to keep things fresh for myself by trying to come up with different angles. Hopefully, a lot of the times, it makes it more interesting for you guys reading it. If you don't give a crap, then maybe it's just for me, and that's fine too. I'm all about pleasing others as well as myself. Here we go with the big wide shot here. Here's something you probably notice when you read a lot of other people's comics, or just comics in general. Typically, I notice a lot of other creators like to keep their comic characters, and this is by no means standard at all, but a lot of creators make their characters very similar in size, or at least in height, because it makes it a lot easier when you're setting up layouts and things like that. A lot of times if I'm putting the guys in a close-up, I have to make sure that, Reggie's bending way down to get to Baxter's level, or Baxter's up, sitting at a table, so Reggie can be around the same height as him. There's just all these little tricks to get them to around the same space so they can talk face to face sometimes. I feel like I'm Peter Jackson working on the Lord of the Rings films, putting people in different places so they can look like they're smaller or bigger. That's right, I compared myself to Peter Jackson. The hubris. The utter hubris. There we go, some more of my spectacular hand lettering there. Should have a Gilbert coming in any second out. There we go. Slight pause there while I'm like, how do I draw this body again? Because drawing Gilbert, I don't know, he's definitely the hardest of the 3 for me to get the way I want him every time. This is a pretty good version of him right here. Getting that head shape just right to be kind of like, weird cartoony bat / hot dog shape head. Getting the proportions down. I don't know if you notice, I don't know if I ever draw Gilbert with the, like the bar teeth like Reggie's got here, where it's like one solid piece. Pretty much always give him 3 little lumps for his teeth. He's a dog. He shouldn't have a crest smile. I've seen a dog smile. The teeth are all over the place. I don't care if it's the Westminster Dog Show. It's dog teeth. Like their legs crooked. Here we keep going. This, comic deals with something I think about all the time, which is, you wear 24-hour deodorant, and you almost never wait a full 24 hours before you apply it again. So you have that extra protection there, which is not really true because every time I don't somehow manage to apply deodorant or remember to do it, or I run out of the house too quick, you always stink. It doesn't matter. I sit at a desk for my job. I'm not, running marathons or anything, and just sitting there in a heap of human garbage that is my body. Eventually, it starts producing some smells. I don't care who you are. That's going to happen. Some worse than others. I'm not going to claim that I'm a daisy, among trash piles or anything. There's always that thing too. It's like, it's supposed to be sweat resistant. So I wonder, like, you put the stuff on, like say you put it on before a shower. If you get in the shower, just being under the water, it's hot, diminish its abilities. I don't put deodorant on before a shower. It's just something I think about. Maybe it's something you think about too. Maybe you're sitting at home right now in the shower listening to this for some reason. You got your waterproof tablet or your iPad in a plastic sack. I can't do it. I can't get to another shower without watching one of these videos because they're so dang addictive. That's my dream, that people will watch these videos in the shower. If that's wrong, I don't want to be right. Whump. It's a good sound. I like whump. There's Reggie's eyebrows. Constantly moving about his head. Sometimes touching the sides of his hair. Sometimes not touching the sides of his hair. Again, I try to be as consistent as I can. Some days are harder than others. Especially since the timetable where I work on these comics is not exactly ideal. Some people, younger people than me, and I'm not ancient by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just in my mid-30s. But staying up all night working on comics does not make me feel half as good as I would if I was still 22. I remember plenty of times back then. I should have been drawing comics then. I still drew then, but I didn't do anything with regularity. I was spending all my nights where I could stay up all night long just playing video games, which is fine. I love video games. I like video games. Sure, a lot of you do too. And if you don't like video games, I don't know. At this point, I don't know if there's anything I can say to change your mind except for that they're awesome. And you should try it. Give in to my peer pressure. Peer into the pressure that I'm giving you. And try the games. I'm not one of those people who's going to tell you what games to try. I mean, I'll of course, last time I told you what game to try, which was Titanfall 2 out of these shooters. But if you don't like shooters, I'm not going to come down on you for playing some match 3 game on your phone and be like, oh, you're not a real gamer. Because that's just ridiculous. I just enjoy games in general. I don't care, where I'm playing them as long as they're good. Just elitism in gaming always drives me nuts, where people are like, well, you're playing a dumb tablet game, or other people are like, well, you're playing a game where you just play shooters all day. Like, whatever, just play games, man. There's tons of them out there. There's going to be some that are for you, some that aren't. Enjoy what you like. Let other people enjoy their stuff. Just chill out. It's not that big a deal. I say that. The exception to that being companies like Konami, that have recently stopped doing all the important stuff like making another damn Castlevania game and, making pachinko machines and lottery, not lottery machines, but, gambling machines. Which, not saying they shouldn't make gambling machines. That's fine. Just still give me some Castlevania. That's all I'm asking for. I'm sure other people wouldn't mind if you made more Metal Gear Solid or whatever. I've got nothing against Metal Gear. Haven't really played a lot of it. The only one I ever went through was the original Metal Gear Solid. Still love that game. Could never get through the other ones. No, just didn't stick with me. Such is my case. Here we go again into background land. This weird gray bluish color that I put in the background of the living room. I was just thinking the other day when I was drawing a comic, I was like, I wonder if I've been consistent over the years with the color of the walls in the room with the couch. Probably have not. I'm just going to be honest with you here. Pretty sure I've fudged that more than once. Getting this shaggy cream colored carpet. I've probably, there's probably been times when I've put a wooden floor in there or something. But, these guys change. They're just like you and me. They probably put some new floors down. I think they've moved houses a couple of times throughout the comic. There was the one time where I think Reggie sold their house to buy a vintage video game collection or something like that. The guys from Contra, I know, destroyed the house at least once. Definitely just once, because I think I've only drawn them once. I've got to come up with another reason to draw those dudes. There's nothing more ridiculous than 80s style, oiled up, shirtless action bros. That's always something I find amazing in games these days. Well, it's not games these days. I mean, even all the time, games like Halo and Titanfall, even new Call of Duty games, like you guys going out fighting wars, wearing all sorts of battle armor and stuff like that. Back in my day, all you needed was a pair of sweatpants and no shirt, but you had to make sure to oil yourself up. I don't know if that made bullets like gleam off your chest or whatever, but you had to have the oils. That was a necessity. Filling in those pit shadows, making me some shoe lines. Really big shoe lines. Getting that nice stink waft out there. Oh, yeah. Lovely little clouds. Little noxious clouds. He's been filling the room for a while, apparently. I just found that funny. It's another thing. I'm just making myself laugh there. It's for me. I did it for me because I'm selfish. Yeah, I was trying to think. I was like, maybe I should make him. I definitely made him a little paler there. But I was like, maybe add a little green to the face. And I was like, yeah, just do the whole body. Just lighten him up a bit. Here we are into the scripting. And I'm sure the word yeesh has made it into the comic more than once. I know I say it probably more than normal human beings do. I don't know why I enjoy saying yeesh, but I do. And I'm not sure what your opinion is on whether to say write out 24 in letters or put the number 24. I'm just like, squeeze it in. I got limited space. Numbers. Putting 24. 2-4. Again, if you guys want to see me spend less time typing out these letters, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Drop a line in there. Say what you like. Tell me, tell me what you want to see in future things. Do you want to see a flashy intro with like a logo come up? I know some people do that. I haven't done it yet. I've been thinking about it. What are your thoughts on that? Ask me some questions. If you got questions about how the comic's made or anything like that, I'd be happy to answer them in a future video. But you got to hit me up with that stuff. I think we're getting into the final moments here. This may be those old rounded rectangles. Used to do circles all the time. I don't know. I like the rounded rectangles. I like them. Here we go in with the tails. Another tail to spin. Once again, these videos are brought to you by the fine folks who are supporting the comic on Patreon. Without them, I wouldn't be able to find the extra time to come in here and lay down these sweet, sweet tracks with my velvety voice for you. And this is going to bring video number 3 to a close. So I hope you enjoyed everything you saw here and everything you heard. Don't forget to, like the videos or watch them 1,000 times, whatever you want to do. Subscribe, leave a comment. All right. Later, taters.